All right, so today we're going to talk about progress, how it isn't always truly progress. Dreams don't expire. Just Janae.
Just Brooke.
Welcome. Things are changing and have been for years. If you look back at the 50s, there was a certain way of life. You know, everybody had, yes, the mom stayed home, took care of the kids, took care of the house, took care of the husband. The husband worked, brought in the money. Well, you can't do that anymore. Most people need two incomes to live. So the mom works and takes care of the house and takes care of the kids. And some couples are really good at doing that together, but a lot are not. And so the progress is, yeah, we got better washing machines, we got better things to take care of the house easier, but we quit having the village. We used to have villages that helped each other out. When I was younger, if I did something at somebody's house and I was in trouble, that parent took care of it right then and there. I'm not saying I ever had that happen, but I've heard those stories. That's my story. But now, you're not working together with your community to raise your children. And so we're more isolated. But we're not just taking care of our children and our houses, we're taking care of a job as well. And I also think it's hard for the men right now too. I just think everybody is so isolated. And we have the progress of, the internet, the cell phones, and it makes a lot of life easier. But it also isolates us more. That stops a lot of conversations.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm. So, what do you do when progress is actually
not
part
progressing?
Is part of what's making us stuck.
Yeah.
Part of what's making life harder. Because the idea is that it's going to make life easier. But we didn't change everything enough for it to be easier. Or we changed too much sometimes. We change that. How do we get back to where, you know what? I want to know that, gosh, if something happened to me, and say I went to the hospital, who is going to be my community? Who is going to be my village? Or am I just saying, now everything's on my husband, and I hope he can handle the children and the dinners and because back in the day, somebody went to the hospital and guess what? There is a week's worth of meals right there on their front door. And there is people calling saying, hey, how can I help with your kids? Hey, you know what? Let me do this. Brooke is one of those people who do that still. But it's few and far between unless you happen to have a church you belong to that does that.
Yep. Organized religion.
Mm-hmm. But there's less people in organized religion, it feels like. We come from Utah, and Utah has always been an extremely highly populated Mormon culture. And it was really good for taking care of each other. But if you are not part of that religion, it's very easy to feel isolated. And I'm using Utah as an example. I'm not to say it only happens in Utah and it only happens in the Mormon church, because it doesn't. It happens a lot. I'm just talking about what I know. And so if you do not have that organized religion to say, hey, we're aware that you're in the hospital, or that you're sick, or that you broke your leg, and we're going to help you out, what do you do?
Great question.
Yeah.
Well, that's why we're hearing more often that people need the community that it once was, that's no longer existing. Mm-hmm. So how do you show up for your people in a community that's not just an organized religion?
Mm-hmm. How do you keep progress from hindering your life? Really, I'm like, set down your phones, have conversations, limit the time your children are on their electronics, whether it's a phone, whether it's a computer game. Make them go outside and play sports and, around here, and I don't know how it is in other places, but in Utah, they have a thing called night games. How much fun!
My kids love it.
Uh-huh. But you know what? We used to do that all the time. We didn't call it night games. We just called it night.
It was games at night.
Right. I mean, but it wasn't anything special. It was what every day was. Now they're like, hey, let's go do night games tonight. But really, you came home, you had dinner, and you were back outside because you weren't allowed inside most of the time. And so you were back outside and you were playing games because parents were cleaning the house and they weren't going to have you mess it up. And, really. And the 10 o'clock news said, parents, it's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children is? And we laugh about it now, but it was true. You came home either at 10 o'clock or when the lights went off. And until then, you're out playing. Well, now kids have to be intentional about it. They have to make it happen. It doesn't just authentically happen. Now, to sit on the front porch and have a conversation with your neighbors doesn't happen very often. How do we keep the benefits of the phone? Because I love having that cell phone to get a hold of my child to say, hey, I know you're driving a car for the very first time. You use this to call me if you break down. Our parents just had to wait for the neighbor who you broke down in front of to call and say, hey, just so you know. But the neighbors knew exactly whose child you were and who to call. We don't have that nowadays. So you want to keep that cell phone there. You want to have the benefits of it, but you don't want it to be your life. And it is. And the games. So how do we keep those and use, good heavens, a lot of kids don't even know what an encyclopedia is because you don't need them.
Yeah, that's true.
And so there are huge benefits to saying, I have a book report. Let me just get on the internet. I don't have to go down the library. Let me just get on the internet and find the information I need. That's great. We don't want to lose that. And I love having a calculator on my cell phone. That's fantastic. Don't want to lose that. Right? But how do we keep that progress and keep the personal interaction?
Well, like our group that we started, that's reaching out and trying to benefit and help women. But how do we get that knowledge out? Mm-hmm. It's through the cell phone. It's through the internet. Mm-hmm. It's through groups on Facebook, those kind of things to get that information out. So you get the benefit of modern day society, but also kind of fitting in some of this old time society, getting together, talking about ideas, having those things so that you build that community on the outside again.
Mm-hmm. I think when we change, we think we have to change everything. Mm-hmm. And we need to start saying, what are the things that we want to keep because they're good? And, we've heard more and more from women because women have these conversations. Not saying men don't need them because I think they do. But we're having a lot of conversations with women because guess what? We're women.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't have a lot of conversations with men.
I have a lot of conversations with men because I'm a weird person and I can talk cars with guys and talk mechanics with guys and hunting with guys. I don't know if you know, I have all boys. So, yeah. Anyway, but when we talk with the women, that's what they're saying is they're missing community. They're missing having, everybody feels so isolated and they're doing this on their own. Well, it's already hard. We're making it harder. But we think we're the only ones that feel this way, so we aren't saying anything. So this is us saying, guys, if you're feeling this way, you're not alone. So start reaching out and saying, hey, you know what? Do you want to get our kids together and go to the park? I guarantee there's going to be 10 people say yes. So we're in part of a book club. And guess what? They don't just do book club. They take their kids and go to the park because they're missing that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But even though it's our book club is their own little, it's just really bonded really well. And they have the book talk book club, but they also have adult book club. And the one lady is saying that this group, don't know what it is, has bonded so well. So yeah, it's showing up, doing the things that you want to do, showing up and maybe seeing a need and reaching out if there's a need. So these girls have formed a group off the side that they get together with their kids and go to the park. So I feel like there's that side that is being met, but how do you show up for somebody that in the needs that are out there?
Right.
And so,
or how do you ask for it if you're feeling it?
Yeah.
You know, because that's what we've heard is, oh my gosh, we're just missing that. We feel so overwhelmed, so isolated, and we didn't realize how many people felt that way, in all honesty. But as we've been putting ourselves out there more, and all of a sudden we're not stuck in this little lane where everybody we know has the exact same thoughts, the exact same adventures, the exact same interests. We're meeting people from all different kinds of life, and we're hearing the same thing though.
Community, lack of community.
Yep. Everybody feels like they're doing this on their own, and they feel overwhelmed, and they feel like life is harder than it's ever been. I honestly blame part of it as the progress that we have made. These internet that can give you everything at your fingertips. Well, now we're not good at waiting for anything, for number one.
Yeah, my kids get mad when they have to wait more than 2 days for shipping. Thanks, Amazon.
Right? I guess what? I'm with your kids on that.
So you're part of the problem.
I'm part of the problem. I'm going to admit that. I want it now. And I don't want dial-up back, I'll be honest. You know?
Well, and then everybody's looking at social media and looking at other people's lives and saying, hey, they're getting out there. Well, why aren't you getting out there too? Like,
Yeah. They look at other people and go, ooh, I wish I was like that. But they're not willing to do the things to make them like that.
Exactly.
And we're here to say, it's okay. Do it anyway.
Show up.
Show up for yourself and for others.
Be the community.
You're going to find, once you start opening that door. Now, opening the door is hard. But once you start opening that door, you will be surprised how many people are coming through it. And every time you turn around, there's more people coming through it. And, you know, we started opening the door in December. It hasn't even been a year. And guess what? I will tell you.
It's been a great ride.
It has.
Honestly.
It has. We've probably met over 100 new people. That's crazy. And we do it just by having a conversation everywhere we go. And it doesn't have to be an outrageous conversation. It can start with as easy as how are you in an authentic way, so that it's not just a hi. Or, ooh, what are you doing? That looks interesting. If you see somebody doing something and you're curious, most people walk past or go, nice. Or we're like, ooh, what are you doing? Tell me about it.
Getting their name,
Yeah.
their location.
Yeah.
Not creepy at all.
No.
Where do you live?
What's your blood type? No.
Social security number, those kind of things.
But we're really asking enough questions to start creating a potential of bond. Now, some people we're going to find these aren't our people. Or you know what? These are our people casually. They're not going to be our best friends, but yeah, hey.
Or there are people for certain something.
A season or
an idea or those kind of things.
Yeah, because a lot of times when we've had an idea we didn't know what to do with, well, guess who is the next people we meet? Somebody who actually knows something about that idea.
Yep.
How crazy is that? Coincidence? I think not.
I think not. There's no coincidences.
Right? Yeah.
So I would say get out there. Be the person that you're not finding in your community. Become that person.
If you've noticed, all of our podcasts go back to a couple things. Getting uncomfortable, finding your people, right? And growing. There's probably other things, but those are the three things that keep coming back. You know, it's important to find your community. It's important to be there for others. It's important to get uncomfortable. It is. And as much as you hate it, that is probably one of the biggest things. You can't do the rest of it if you don't get uncomfortable. So, yeah, you're going to all the topics are going to come back eventually to tie into these three things for the most part. because these are things that are needed drastically in the world today.
So be that person.
You got this. We believe in you. You don't have to be creepy like we are. It's fine. Just go be a better version of us.
Be that person less creepy. Don't ask them where they live.
Thank you for spending this time with me and for listening with an open heart and for choosing to invest in your growth today. If this episode spoke to you, I'd love for you to share it with someone who might need the reminder that their dreams still matter. Sometimes one conversation, one message, one moment of encouragement can change everything. And if you want to go deeper, my book, Rise, Believe, Become, was written for the in-between seasons, the moments when you know there's more for you, but you're still finding the courage to take the next step. You can find my book on Amazon, and remember, no matter what phase you're in, your dreams don't expire. Until next time, keep rising.